So you're on T-Mobile and you want to know what your best Android smartphone options are? Well, I'm your Huckleberry. And first up is no surprise. Number one option has got to be the Samsung Galaxy S8 or S8 Plus. For this year's flagship, Samsung included a curved screen on both the S8 and S8 Plus, as well as a unique 18:9 aspect ratio that allows for a more comfortable in-hand feel. The company even ditched its famous physical home button and included on-screen navigation. Under the hood, these devices come with the Qualcomm Snapdragon 835 processor or Exynos 8895 depending on the region you live in. 4GB of RAM, 64GB of onboard storage, and one of the latest versions of Android 7.0 Nougat. Samsung also launched a few extra accessories alongside the S8 that you might want to consider. The new Samsung DeX dock lets you use your S8 as a desktop computer, and there's also a new Gear 360 camera that allows for shooting video in 4K and live streaming to YouTube. Of course, there's also the new Galaxy S8 compatible Gear VR headset, complete with a controller for easier navigation. For many, the Samsung Galaxy series sets the bar for Android, so if you have the budget, consider those two devices. And next up is the LG G6. Certainly the most standout feature of the G6 is its 5.7-inch Quad HD display, with its interesting aspect ratio of 18:9 and rounded corners. It also comes with a Snapdragon 821 processor, 4GB of RAM, plenty of onboard storage, an IP68 rating for dust and water resistance, and dual 13-megapixel rear cameras. It's worth noting that not all G6s are created equal. For example, the G6 that's coming to the US is the only variant that supports wireless charging, while the Hi-Fi Quad DAC is exclusive to South Korea and certain markets in Asia. Once more, the G6 with 64GB of storage is only available in a handful of markets. Personally, I haven't met anyone who has the G6 who doesn't love it. The G6 is a great geek's phone. And while we're talking about geeks' favorites, we gotta talk about the LG V20. The V20 is basically the phone for power users. It has a big Quad HD display, Qualcomm Snapdragon 820 processor, plenty of RAM and onboard storage, dual 16-megapixel rear-facing cameras, and a removable 3200 mAh battery. Of course, the unique second screen makes a return this year along with the addition of Quad DAC, military standard durability, and it's already running Android 7.0 Nougat. Personally, if I wanted a big phone, I would go for the V20. It's sweet. But last up, we've got to leave room for the Pixel and Pixel XL. Now, not only are these the first phones to ship with Google Assistant on board, they also come with plenty of exclusive software features and some of the best smartphone cameras in existence. Under the hood, they support some killer specs too. Both devices have AMOLED displays, a Snapdragon 821 processor, 4GB of RAM, plenty of onboard storage, and long-lasting batteries. The overall design of these phones may not be the most unique, but they do feel premium through and through. Now, there are a few things about these phones that some will not like at all. For starters, they only support an IP53 rating for dust and water resistance, meaning they're not nearly as waterproof as the Galaxy S7 or S7 Edge. Plus, these phones don't have the most durable build ever, so you may want to buy a case if you're prone to dropping your phone. Now, personally, I think that the regular size Pixel is really the way to go until such time the new generation of Pixels come out. So if you're a T-Mobile user, what would be at the top of your list? Let me know in the comments below. Meet Jeremy Shoemaker, otherwise known as Shoe Money, and he became famous for this photo where he showed off a check that he made from Google AdSense. And he's become so good at making online businesses that he made an announcement that he does not start a new business unless he can secure the business's name in a .com. Now, why is that exactly? Well, no domain name extension tells your story with the same degree of trust as a .com or .net domain name. .com and .net domain name extensions inject credibility into your online presence. And who doesn't want to be credible? And don't forget, you get 15% off when you use our coupon code ANDROID. When you think domain names, think domain.com.